The world of The Big Bang Theory has been a captivating one for audiences, spanning a decade of witty humor, quirky characters, and scientific references that sparked both laughter and reflection. When the show wrapped up in 2019, fans were left with a sense of both nostalgia and curiosity about the future of the universe created by Chuck Lorre and Bill Prady. The announcement of a new spin-off, titled Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, quickly ignited excitement, largely because it brings back a familiar character, Stuart Bloom, and promises a fresh, yet familiar, experience. But what does this spin-off mean for fans of the original show? And what creative opportunities does it present? Stuart Bloom, a character in the shadows. Stuart Bloom, played by Kevin Sussman, was never the main character in The Big Bang Theory, but his presence loomed large in the background. He was the often hapless owner of the comic book store, a man whose life seemed to be an endless string of awkward social interactions, missed opportunities, and unfortunate circumstances. Despite his low-key status, Stuart became a fan favorite. His unassuming humor, combined with a deep-seated desire for validation, made him one of the more relatable characters in a world filled with eccentric geniuses. Stuart's character arc in The Big Bang Theory was often marked by failure. He was perpetually struggling with relationships, money, and his own self-esteem. But there was always something endearing about him. He tried, albeit clumsily, to fit into the group of intellectuals, while constantly stumbling into situations where his best efforts were met with failure. His misadventures, however, never felt cruel or mean-spirited. Instead, they were a source of gentle humor that invited viewers to root for him, even as he seemed doomed to fall short. This is likely one of the reasons that a spin-off centered around Stuart is so intriguing. It promises to build on the charm and underdog appeal of the character, while simultaneously offering a chance to delve deeper into his personality, aspirations, and mishaps. After all, Stuart has always been the kind of person who never gave up, even when the universe seemed to be conspiring against him. The concept, a universe in peril. The title of the spin-off, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, is a direct nod to Stuart's propensity for failure, but with an ironic twist. In this version of his life, he finds himself thrust into an extraordinary situation. He must save the universe. It's an absurdly large task for a character who could barely keep his comic book store afloat, let alone figure out his love life or career. But therein lies the comedic gold. The premise opens up numerous creative possibilities. On one hand, the show can play with the idea of the everyman being tasked with something monumental, giving viewers an opportunity to see Stuart attempt to tackle the cosmic. As Stuart scrambles to save the universe, whether through a series of misunderstandings, accidental genius, or chaotic missteps, the audience is treated to an exploration of his personal growth. It's an idea that resonates with the concept of the hero's journey, except with an intentionally comedic and often unsuccessful twist. Imagine Stuart stumbling upon a cosmic catastrophe, perhaps something linked to his comic book store, where a rare ancient artifact is accidentally activated, causing rifts in time and space. Or maybe an alien race reaches out to him, mistakenly thinking he's the hero that can fix their intergalactic problems. The possibilities for humor are endless, from slapstick to wit, and the show can rely on the well-known dynamic of Stuart's incompetence paired with the urgency of the situation. But even with the most ridiculous of scenarios, the spin-off can explore deeper themes about Stuart's identity. What does it mean to be a failure? Can someone like Stuart, who has struggled so much, be considered a hero in any sense of the word? Is there room for someone like him to change, or will the universe simply continue to mock him? These questions might seem trivial on the surface, but they open up space for the kind of comedy that is both thought-provoking and heartfelt. Humor through failure, a staple of Stuart's character. One of the key ingredients of Stuart fails to save the universe will undoubtedly be its humor, especially the type of humor that is built on the notion of failure. In many ways, Stuart's entire existence in The Big Bang Theory was an exercise in failure. But the show's creators understood that his missteps were often funnier because they were rooted in something relatable. Whether it was his inability to connect with women, his failed attempts to grow his business, or his utter lack of self-confidence, Stuart's failures became his comedic signature. This new spin-off will likely continue this theme, but with the added